Hi everyone, I'm Andrew, Public Service Specialist at Eckhart Public Library. I run the Magic the Gathering Club at the Teen Library. This is usually from 4 or 5 o'clock until we close on Fridays. Obviously that's not going on right now. If you're curious what it's all about, it's a game where you usually play 1 versus 1, or you can play with 4 players usually, or up to 8 in some formats. The goal is to reduce your opponent's life total down to 0. It usually starts at 20 or 40. And most often you use powerful creatures in your deck to help do the work for you, or sometimes you can use spells to set your opponents back and things like that. When you come to the library to learn Magic, we give you a welcome deck that you can play during that time, and then if you want to, you can keep that. It's something that Wizards of the Coast gives to us to use for the new players and get people interested. You can bring that back next time, or you can just play it at home with your friends. We also have more powerful Planeswalker decks that you can play with while you're here. They contain powerful cards that represent Magic's especially powerful beings called Planeswalkers, like Ral, or Vraska, or Dovin. Now when you play a game of Magic against an opponent, you roll a die, usually a d20, and you see who goes first. The person who rolls the highest usually gets to choose if they want to go first or second. And then you draw 7 cards and start your game. Here is my 7 here. It's a good thing when you start to have maybe 2 or 3 lands, and obviously that's just, the luck of the shuffle. I happen to have 2 lands, or 3 lands. I have a creature, I have another creature, I have a spell, and I have a Planeswalker. That's one of the most powerful cards in the deck. When you start, you get to play 1 land every turn. I don't have anything that I can play for just 1 mana, so I'm going to go on the next turn. Usually this would be an opponent. I draw my card, I'm going to play a land for a turn, and I want to play this Wasp of the Bitter End. It costs 1 and a black, so I'm going to tap 1 of any color and a black, and that lets me put out this creature card. That's a creature that can help defend me, or that I can use to attack against my opponents. I can't attack with it the first turn that it comes out, though, because it's said to be summoning sick. It also has flying, so it can fly over the top of other creatures. I'm going to go on the next turn, since there's nothing else I can do. I'm going to play my other land that I have for turn, and I'm going to use all 3 lands to cast Open Fire. It costs 2 and a red, so here are my 2, and here's my red, and that says Open Fire deals 3 damage to target creature or player. And you just kind of go like this, go against your opponent until one of you ends up at 0. Creatures die, they go to the graveyard. Once you use an instant or something dies, it goes to the graveyard, just like that. I have all these other here cards too. It's going to be a while until I can play that Nicol Bolas card here, because that costs 4 and a blue and a black and a red. So that is 7 mana total. So that would take me a couple more turns to get there, but it's pretty powerful. It's got all this stuff that it can do here. Now that isn't all, though. You can play with the 60 card decks versus just one other opponent, or you can play Commander. Commander is 100 cards, and they're all different cards, so you're never going to see the same card twice, in your deck at least. You start at double the life total, so you start at 40, and games are going to take a little bit longer, usually about an hour. So if you come and want to play Commander, set aside an hour, make sure that you can stay for that time, or hand off to somebody else. It's also called Elder Dragon Highlander. The whole Magic game is over 25 years old, and Commander isn't that much younger than that. Now at Eckhart Public Library, we do have a lot of Commander decks, so never feel like you need to bring anything with you. If you want to, people make their own decks, but the pre-constructed ones that we have from the company, ones like this, are going to be just fine and a ton of fun to play with. Now I mentioned that people like to build their own decks. If you want to be able to build your own deck, but you don't want to go out and buy all the cards that you need for that deck, we do have a cube as well. A cube is where we use 360 different unique cards. We all pass them around a table and take our pick from all those and build our own deck on the spot. So it's a lot more skill based, and it's not so much who can buy the flashiest card or who can trade for the flashiest card. Now, of course, we won't be having a meeting in a while. Who knows how long exactly. But I would like to recommend websites on YouTube like the Command Zone, Tolarian Community College, LRRMTG, that's short for Loading Ready Run Magic the Gathering. Also, you can play from your home. You can play Magic the Gathering Arena. That's a program for Windows that just came out a couple years ago, actually. You can play that game completely free. You can play against people from all over the world, or you can exchange display names with friends that you know, friends that you find, stuff like that, and play against them directly. Anyway, if you see this and you think there's a teen that you know, or if you're a teen and you'd like to try out Magic, go ahead and follow us. Make sure you follow along when we open up again. The next Friday that we're open, we have programming going. We'll probably have Magic going on. Otherwise, check out Arena, and if you play Magic already, if you play especially Commander, here are some of my favorite commanders that I have. Let me know what some of yours are. Tell us what you think and stuff down in the comments. But me, I'm going to go play some Magic.